We finally did it. We finally scored 5 circulated nickel boxes this week, so I'll definitely have some more nickel hunt and album filled episodes. This is episode 24, boxes 33 and 34, and I've got a surprise ender in this box. Hey everybody, it's Rob with RobFindsTreasure, and I'm super excited about this nickel hunt and album filled episode. Not only because I have 2 boxes to go through, but because when I popped the tops of both of them, I took a peek inside, and we've got a Buffalo ender on that one. Now, I haven't checked any of the other possible enders as far as underneath on either of the boxes. Didn't see any great enders on this first box. That's why we're going to hunt it first. Plus, it was the first box I opened from this 2-box pickup. Hoping we get a little bit of marriage of some good finds in both, but at the end of the day, most importantly, I'm hoping for either upgrades or additions to my nickel album. Now, if you've missed the first 23 episodes, I'll have a link to the playlist down below and up here. Please check that out before you proceed watching this one so that you're all caught up. For those of you caught up, you will know that we have been stuck on 132 of the 138 possible nickels to complete this album, and it has been tough to find anything in the last several boxes. And of course, it's getting more difficult to find things for this album because we're missing 3 of the last key dates, we're missing 2 war nickels, and my nemesis, the 1955p semi-key date with only 8.2 million minted. Although I have more than a full roll of these found through all my hunts, I have not found one yet through the first 32 boxes. I'm hoping that these 2 boxes, in addition to the Buffalo, produce something for the album, something silver for the jar, or possibly something to upgrade. I took the liberty of taking a look at my more modern nickels and saw that basically from Philadelphia, I need all of these to be upgraded. They're not in mint state condition. They're less than mint state. So I'm going to keep an eye out for these years from the Philadelphia Mint and see if we can get some upgraders for those as well. All right, we've talked long enough. You guys know it. The stage is set. We have a Buffalo ender in there. We've got a goodie for sure. Let's start cracking rolls in box 33 and see if we can find anything fancy. That being said, because it's a 2-box hunt, I will omit sharing my 50s finds as they happen, unless, of course, it's a 55 to reveal on the camera or a 1950 that is a better date. All right, let's go. Let's get the cracking, less yapping, more unwrapping, and bring you in on our first good find. Roll 1 of box 1 of this hunt 33 for the series, and we're going to have our first 40s nickel. It's a 1949 Denver, so we're going to go ahead and check it for that 1949 D over S, and it's kind of hard to see with the damage. I don't know if I see a D over S, but let me go ahead and wipe that away and bring it back in. If I happen to notice that it could be a D over S, I'll bring in. If not, we'll just continue the hunt. But I do check the 1949s for the D over S. Roll number 4 has 2 finds. We had a 54D that I put up there, but I bring in because we have a 1940 Philadelphia. Roll number 8, and it's been a pretty good box so far because we've got another 40s nickel, and it's not a bad looking 1947. This might be an upgrader. And it's a 47S. And like I said, not in that bad a shape. Can't get mad at finding a 1947S in the box, especially in this kind of shape. Let me stick it up here and get back to the hunt. Roll number 10, second coin in from the roll, and we've got a 1939. Judging by its condition, it's probably not a key date, but we'll take a 39p and check for the DDR if it is. Somebody counterstruck a D on the reverse of this. No, it's not a 39D. Unbelievable. Let's take a look at that counterstrike. Yeah, that's not going to work, and it's in the wrong spot. But either way, not the Denver and not the DDR. Kind of a bummer. 39PD, if you will, for the collection. Roll number 11, and we have a Buffalo ender in that box. I wasn't expecting a Buffalo so soon in this box, but I just flattened it out, literally, and I see a Buffalo nickel peeking out. So we are going to have our first Buffalo of this box. And is there a mint mark? There is not a mint mark. Might not be a date. It's pretty slick. There will be a date. Is that 1920? And it is 1920 Buffalo nickel. Just enough of the date to not need to nicodate it. And we've got a 1920 Buffalo nickel from Philadelphia in the box. Let me just put the mint mark area under the scope just to confirm. Yeah, no mint mark. 1920p Buffalo. First of the box. We will have another one later in the hunt, but we're early on. Roll number 14. Box stays hot. We've got another 1939 nickel. Will there be a mint mark or a DDR? Well, there's going to be some pink fingernail polish on the back, and it's not a D or an S, so not a key date. But is there a DDR on the back of this one? And there is not. Most certainly a Philly with some kind of fingernail polish on it. 239s in the box, both have their issues, both not key dates, both not needed, but a good sign. Roll 16, another oldie, and another oldie in decent shape. Take a look at this 1940. That is a nice one. 1940 Denver, and pretty good finish still, and definitely great detail. Might be another upgrader to go along with the other possible upgrader that we've already found. Roll 17. It's going to be a good box, and it's already been a pretty good box because I see a 1946 Philly. We'll check that just in case there's a Henning nickel. And it does have some damage at the R, but it's not where the damage would be on the Henning nickel. But 1946 Philly, and I already saw at least what looks old, and it is a 1951 Denver as well. Two oldies to add to the board. 17 rolls in. Roll 33, box 33. Box was cooling down, but we found another 40s nickel. Pretty chewed up, but I'll take it. It's a 1940 Denver, I believe, but could be an S. Maybe it's just me. It is an S. 1940S, we'll take it. I think we have a PD and S now from 1940. Roll 39, yet another 1940 nickel. This one from Denver again. Roll 40, and the 40 barrage continues. Yet another 1940, Philadelphia. Roll number 47, and fittingly, we're going to have another 1947 in the box. And this one is a 47P. Last roll of the box, and it looks like we're going to get a parting gift. I see a 1946 here. 1946, San Francisco. We'll take it. I'll finish this roll and give you some thoughts and a wrap-up before we get to box 2. Box 1 is hunted, box 33 of the series and number 1 of the episode. Not a bad box. Admittingly, it got colder as we got further into the box, but I'm still optimistic that this front of this box might be part of what's in this one. That being said, we had 11 coins in the 50s, we had 10 in the 40s, 2 in the 30s, and a dated Buffalo nickel. So a total of 24 finds, right in that 20 to 25 finds that I like. We also scored, that I didn't show on camera, a 1989 Canadian nickel and some potential upgrades. Speaking of upgrades, I'm pretty certain that we might be able to upgrade a 40, a 47, and that 64, but we'll save that for the end of the hunt. Now that we finish this box, let's move on to box 34 and add to the board, and we know there's a Buffalo coming up in one of the rolls. Roll number 3 of the Buffalo Ender box, and about a third of the way through this roll, we've got a 1938 standing proud. Hopefully, it's got a mint mark. And it does. Is that an S? 1938S in the box. It is no doubter. 1938S in the box. That is great because we don't have a 38S with only 4.1 million minted. We've already got a key date and one we needed for the album. In the third roll of the box, I will take it. You cannot get mad at that. We'll be down to 5 for sure. And we still have 47 rolls to go. with the Buffalo. Roll number 8, another 40s nickel and another one from 1947. 1947, Philadelphia. Roll number 12, and we're going to have 2 finds because I happen to see a 1948 right there, flattened out the roll, and I believe I see a proof. So let's grab the 1948 first. 48 Philly, first from 48 in the 2 boxes. And this potential proof is a proof, 2010 S. We'll take that. 2 good finds, same roll. Same roll, and we have a 3rd good find. Another 1947, San Francisco. Roll number 16, another 40s nickel. Another at 1940 on the nose, Philadelphia. Well, we're finally there. We're on roll number 19 of the box with the Buffalo Ender. Let's take it out, look at the date, and see if there's any frienders with them. That Buffalo Ender is going to be a 1935. It's a beautiful looking Buffalo nickel. Minted in Philadelphia. I will definitely take that. And it does have a slight ring of death from being an Ender. But at the end of the day, it's a dated Buffalo nickel. Our 2nd of the hunt with a key date and a proof. Roll number 20. Another 40s nickel. 1940. Denver. It's a lot from the 40s. Roll 31 is going to be a doozy because I literally just saw 41 sitting right there. Smashed the roll down like I always do. And once again, I see a pretty slick Buffalo. Let's grab the 41 first. 1941 Denver. And believe it or not, that's our first 1941 through 81 rolls. Unlike the 41 though, this is going to be our 3rd Buffalo of the hunt. The back does not have a mint mark. All the legs are there. And I don't know if I'm going to get a date. I'll scope it, but typically it's harder to see under the scope. And I don't know if I can make it out. It looks like there's some stuff on top. Maybe I could wipe it away and see if it's a teens, a 20s, or a 30s. Let me go ahead and take a look at this. If I need to nicodate it, I will be back, but I'm hoping I don't have to. Well, unfortunately, I couldn't make out the date. I thought it might be a teens. I had to use the nicodate on it, and I only put it on for a fraction of a second. But you guys can see it's a 1918, and it is not the 1918 over 17, if you were wondering. But either way, I will definitely take it. If it was the 18 over 17, we'd have to have a Denver mint mark regardless. But a teens Buffalo nickel and very little nicodate, maybe 2 seconds on it, and pretty much rinsed it immediately off. I'll take it though. 3 Buffaloes. That's the oldest of the hunt. And we still have 19 more rolls to go, plus this one. Roll number 40, and we've got another 47. 1947, Philadelphia. Well, we finished the 2nd box of this 2-box nickel hunt. Boxes 33 and 34, 100 rolls have been gone through. And we ended up with a total of 48 finds. So 24 in the 1st box, 24 in the 2nd box. Both good boxes overall. Ironically, we did not encounter even one 1955 Philly or Denver. Not 155, so that remains a tough spot to fill. The good news is we did find 3 Buffalo nickels in the 2 boxes. I'll take that all day. A 1918p, a 20p, and a 35p. Cannot get mad at that. We also got that proof nickel in this box, and I'll take that especially from 2010. Would have been nice to be an 09, but it's not. We got the Canadian, 3 modern potential upgrades, and a slew of finds in here, including the best find of the hunt, the 1938 S key date nickel that's going to fill a spot in the album. Next step for me is to run through, and I'll go through all the coins, so we'll have one wrap up to see how many upgrades, spots filled, and final thoughts when I come back. All right, we are going to have 5 upgrades. The first upgrade, this 96D No Doubter. The second upgrade, that's 64p, no doubter. The third upgrade is going to be this 51D, and I know they are both similar, but this one has the Ring of Death from being an Ender, and that one doesn't. So I will upgrade it so that there's not one in the album with the Ring of Death. The fourth upgrade will be the 47S. I know it's hard to see on camera, but there's more hair detail and a little bit better of a rim on the new one, so we'll upgrade that one. And that 1940D is definitely much nicer than the one in the album, so that's the fifth upgrade. And then the find again, we're adding in the 38S, which now takes us to 133 of the 138 spots filled. Only 5 left. 2 more key dates, 2 more war nickels, and that 55p. Let me plug them in, give you a final look at the album, and then again, my final thoughts. Well, there you have it, everyone. All the updated and additions have been placed in the album. Again, 133 out of 138 spots. I will make note that we did find a 1958 Philadelphia better date, but it didn't upgrade. At the end of the day, someone would have told me this 2-box hunt would have yielded 3 Buffaloes, a proof, a 38S key date, and 5 upgrades. I would have been happy, and I am. Hopefully you're enjoying this nickel hunt and album fill series. We've now done 24 episodes and 34 boxes. If you are, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting and thanks for watching.